Suffering in the midst of plenty is how best to describe the fuel scarcity situation in Nigeria. The fuel scarcity, which began a few days ago, is worsening in Lagos, Abuja, Kano, and other cities. While that of Abuja has continued for over 2 weeks with no sign of abating. That of Lagos resurfaced this week when queues suddenly appeared in some parts of the city. Fuel marketers have blamed this development on hike in the private depot price and a cut in supply at NNPC depots. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has directed depot owners to increase supply of petrol to retail stations. Lekun Shote, you're back here again.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm surprised at what is happening. I think Moman had been, and even the Ipman, they have been hinting for some time that the current price of 165 naira per liter is not good enough for them. Especially in the face of, again, we go back to the Ukraine-Russian war, that is pushing the price of, what do you call it, of petroleum up. And unfortunately, we that, again, just as I noted earlier on, we that produce oil, petroleum, we are importing oil. We have to be buying at the market price. So it's not really making a lot of sense. And you can see that we are making a provision for the first 6 months of for subsidy for next year in the new budget. It just tells you that we are not serious about what we are doing. Listen, they should just forget about these depot people. The point is that we have 4 refineries. I think that should even be the issue. We have 4 refineries. They are not working. We are subsidizing people who go and work in those refineries. They are getting salaries. They are getting leave allowance. They are getting every allowance. They get sick. They take care of them. They hire houses for them. We are paying rent for doing nothing. Job. For doing no job. Can't somebody find a way to ensure? And you remember last year, I remember we discussed on this platform last year, around April or May last year, the federal government approved $1.65 billion for turnaround maintenance. What happened to that money? Was it used at all? If it was used, where is the result? Do you understand? So I'm not surprised that we are getting what we are getting. And in any case, Nigeria is full of mischievous people who know that this is a rentier economy. Do you understand? We don't produce anything. We just collect rent. And so it's a very fragile system that we are running. So anybody can just put some spanner in the works, and then it cascades around, and everybody will suffer it, just as we are seeing right now.
All right, be careful. Fuel scarcity is usually a result of limited stock of products not replenished on time. How do we ensure that regular supply in the country?
We do not have a choice. We have to find a way to refine petroleum products here in our country. This administration made a promise that it was going to build modular refineries. Modular refineries are not so difficult to build. We are not talking about refineries so big like Dangote's refinery that does 650,000, that is meant to refine 650,000 barrels a day. That is even higher than our average daily consumption, except the NNPC comes up with another claim that we have suddenly begun to consume a lot more. The refineries we have over the years have failed to perform. There was a year in which the Cardinal refinery that is supposed to be one of the most modern amongst them because it was built in 1980, produced just 50 million liters in a whole year. 50 million liters by NNPC's contentious daily consumption figures is not even up to what we consume in a day. That was what Cardinal Refinery refined in a whole year. Nothing explains how bad the situation is better than that. You know, we were here some days back and I said depot owners were no longer selling at the ex-depot price. This again has been confirmed. If they fail to sell at ex-depot's price to marketers, what do you think the marketers will do? The marketers will create a feeling that product is scarce so that they will now be able to sell at a price that guarantees profit for them. Because what the depot owners are doing is they sell to you at the official price, but they'll give you an account where you will now go and put the differentials. That is what they are doing. So if they tell you, okay, government said we should sell to you at 180, they could then sell to you at 250. I'm just using that as an illustration. But the differentials, they will pay
The official.
so that when government is investigating, they will see that indeed this was the price to which they sold to you. But they will give you an account, a bank account, where you will now go and put the differentials. So we are deceiving ourselves. Given the high cost of diesel at this time, it's difficult for these marketers to continue to sell at the old price. There was a marginal increase that government permitted a few months back. But even at that, a situation in which, someone who owns a filling station has to work, if he must sell up to like 9 p.m. and is not guaranteed public electricity supply, he has to power his filling station with diesel. And diesel now is between 750 to 800. In some places, like Maiduguri, it's actually 1,000 naira per liter. It depends on where you are buying. The case was worsened by the war in Ukraine because Russia is the world's biggest producer of diesel. So the war in Ukraine caused this problem. But we have also been told, every time that there is scarcity, I know that supply disequilibrium must have caused it. We've been told now that there are supply issues as well. Yes, a lot of these guys are trying to maximize profit, are trying to exploit our people, but I am convinced that if you provide sufficient supply, these people will have no choice. You can't hoard in a season of plenty. Why would you hoard? Because others will sell theirs. So it is when we don't have enough supply that people are able to get away with hoarding and all that. I know that it is strange to suddenly discover that, nearly all filling stations don't have fuel, especially the major marketers. They can't convince me that all of them don't have. They are just waiting. They are biding their time, hoping that, government could adjust the price again. And when government adjusts the price again, they will now, with the old stock that they will make huge profits at the end of the day. That is what these people do to us all the time. They hoard. When the price is adjusted upwards, they will sell the old stock that they bought at a lower price and then guarantee extreme profit for themselves.
Thank you, Bikio. Let's quickly take Taiwo from London. Hello, Taiwo.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to make a contribution regarding medical care in Nigeria. I realized how wicked and evil our politicians are during the lockdown. Was it Dangote, Jim Ovie, and a few other millionaires? They came together and they raised some funds to build hospitals and to provide medical care for the people. Where are those hospitals that were supposed to be built? A lot of what we're saying, including, I was saying, I don't know about other people, that this is a time that the politicians will build hospitals. Build hospitals, build hospitals. They refuse to.
Thank you very much,
Even though
Taiwo. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you very much. All right.
They built centers where people were quarantined, not hospitals in the real sense of the word.